Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to make a cheap and crude barrel facing tool for those of you that want to cut your barrel and you don't want to have to buy the barrel facing and crowning tool yourself because those can get expensive. So what we're going to use is some 3/16 inch dowel wood and then a larger piece. I think this piece is a 1 inch. Yeah, I think that's right. This thickness doesn't really matter too much, as long as it's big enough to be bigger than your barrel size. So we're going to cut two pieces here. The way that this is going to work is we're going to make something like this. So this is our end product. We're going to stick this little dowel piece through here by drilling a 3/16 inch hole, and then we're going to use a piece of sandpaper with a hole cut in the middle of it to put over here. And then we're going to chuck it in the drill to face the barrel and make it level. So I'll show you how to do that. The measurements are going to vary depending on what size tool you want to make. So I'm not going to go over the measurements here. I'm just going to make one of these up here real quick. Alright, so we've got our two pieces. Next thing we're going to do is go over to our drill press. There's a bunch of different ways that you can find the center of this dowel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a washer that has a 3/16 hole in the middle that has the same OD. It's kind of a sloppy way to do it, but that's how we're going to do it. So again, this is a 3/16 inch drill bit, and I'm going to start it with this only because that's the hole that I have here in my washer. So if you have a washer with the same OD of the dowel that you want to use that already has the same ID that you want, that's fine. Alright. Alright, there's our first centered pilot hole. Now we'll swap out for our 5/16 inch drill bit. Drill our final hole. Alright, so there we go. We got a hole relatively close to center. And again, the center isn't really that important. What's important is that you have a perfect 90-degree angle here. So next we're going to go ahead and put this pin in here, set it with some wood glue, and then we'll face this to a perfect 90-degree angle with our center pin. I'll show you how to do that. Just going to put a tiny dab. It's already a really tight fit. You don't have to have the glue. And then we'll put our pin through here. And it's up to you how much you want to stick out here on the front and the back. This is the part that's going to go into the barrel. This is the part that we're going to chuck our drill on. So next we'll go ahead and true up the face here to make sure that this is perfectly 90 degrees with this. I think I put that file away too. Let me put everything away. Okay, to true up the face, what we're going to do is lightly chuck our tool into the drill press. And the way I'm going to do is I'm going to make this larger piece here touching the face of the chuck. You don't want to get it too tight because you don't want to damage the wood. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our file and barely touch the face of the smaller pin and then bring it up to the larger one here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to touch the small pin barely, okay, and then start to lower the large one down and just until it touches. Let it turn there for a minute, and then we've got it trued up. If you want, you can go ahead and take a little bit off this center dowel so it spins easier in the barrel. And then that's pretty much it. If you want to go ahead and use this file here on the outside, you can do that to make it a little more centered in case your hole was not drilled perfectly centered, but I'm not worried about it. So there we go. We have a perfect 90 degree to this right here for our barrel facing. So we know that we're going to get a good level barrel face. So our next step would be to just, pick different grades of sandpaper and just start facing our barrel. That's all there is to it.